March 11th, 2021. New York City. Inside the hallowed, wood-paneled halls of Christie's, the air is thick with the scent of old money and new desperation. On the giant screen, a digital mosaic flickers. Every days. The first 5,000 days. The bidding starts at $100, standard. Then it hits 1,000, 10,000, a million. Suddenly the math stops making sense. The numbers are jumping like a heartbeat on cocaine. 10 million, 50 million. When the hammer finally drops, the price tag reads $69, $3 million. The buyer? A crypto tycoon who just traded a fortune in Ethereum for a file he could have right-clicked and saved for free. This wasn't just an art sale. It was the opening bell for the most expensive collective hallucination in human history. This is the story of how the internet convinced grandmas, Silicon Valley nerds, and A-list celebrities that a cartoon of a bored monkey was worth more than a mansion in Malibu. It's a tale of wash trading, institutionalized FOMO, and a digital gold rush that turned out to be nothing but pyrite and pixels. We're talking about the NFT era, the greatest pump and dump scheme ever dressed up as a technological revolution. If you've ever looked at a digital image and thought, wait, why is this worth millions? Congratulations, you're still sane. If you want to keep that sanity in a world designed to exploit your greed, you're in the right place. Consider joining this tribe of realists. It's not about the channel, it's about your commitment to seeing through the smoke. Stick with me, because the point of no return in this story is crazier than the price tag. Look at the screen. What do you see? A monkey in a hat. No, you see a ticket to the future. That was the pitch, and everybody bought it until they didn't. Let's go back to where the rot started. Miami, 2021. The humidity is rising, but the heat in the hotel suites is coming from MacBook Pros running hot. This is where the new economy was born. Not in a boardroom, but in a Discord server full of guys with anime profile pictures and too much stimulus money. The hustle was simple. Find a project, mint a few thousand JPEGs, and manufacture scarcity. Enter the Bored Ape Yacht Club. 10,000 grumpy-looking monkeys, each one unique, each one a membership card to a club that didn't actually exist yet. It's about the community, they said. It's about the utility, they whispered. But let's be real, it was about the bag. The early adopters were the architects of the hype. They didn't just buy the monkeys, they became the monkeys. They changed their profile pictures on Twitter. They talked in a coded language of, wag me. We're all gonna make it. It was a digital cult with a financial incentive. The strategy? The floor price. You keep the price high by never selling, creating a vacuum that sucks in the next wave of suckers. How much for the one with the gold fur? 200 grand. But it's a drawing of a monkey with a cigarette. No, it's an asset class on the Ethereum blockchain. It's decentralized luxury. It was the perfect pump. You take something with zero intrinsic value, wrap it in complex technical jargon that makes people feel stupid for asking questions, and then hire a PR firm to tell the world that if they don't buy now, they're missing the next Bitcoin. It worked. The FOMO was a contagion, and the symptoms were wild. If this madness sounds familiar, if you saw the red flags while everyone else was seeing green, type bubble in the comments. Let's see who was paying attention. Because while the public was staring at the art, the real players were busy rigging the game from the inside. Here's how the magic trick actually worked. Wash trading. It's the oldest trick in the book, rebranded for the digital age with a coat of neon paint. In the basement of the NFT boom, the whales were playing a high-stakes game of ping-pong with themselves. You create Wallet A and Wallet B. You use Wallet A to sell a digital cat to Wallet B for $1 million. To the outside observer, a record-breaking sale just happened. To the blockchain, it's a revolution. To you, it's just moving money from your left pocket to your right pocket while paying a small gas fee to keep the illusion alive. But the illusion needed a face. It needed the glitz of Hollywood to convince the middle class to gamble their savings. Late 2021. The Tonight Show. Jimmy Fallon and Paris Hilton are standing on stage, holding up printed photos of their bored apes like proud parents at a kindergarten graduation. It was the cringiest 3 minutes in the history of broadcast television. "I got this one," Fallon says, pointing to a monkey in a captain's hat. I love it, Hilton purrs. I got one that looks like me. They weren't just celebrities, they were human billboards for a product that didn't exist. Behind the scenes, talent agencies like CAA were allegedly orchestrating the deals, seeding the art to their biggest stars to create a feedback loop of artificial prestige. The logic was simple. If the rich are buying it, it must be valuable. If the famous are doing it, I'm falling behind. This was the peak of the mountain. The air was thin, the euphoria was toxic, and the greater fool theory was in full effect. If this level of manipulation makes your blood boil, you're starting to see the architecture of the scam. We're building a community of people who refuse to be the exit liquidity for billionaires. If that's you, you belong here. But as the prices climbed into the stratosphere, the gravity of reality was preparing a brutal comeback. Spring 2022. The fever dream hits 104 degrees. It's Super Bowl LVI, otherwise known as the Crypto Bowl. Larry David, LeBron James, Matt Damon, the holy trinity of Hollywood, are on your screen telling you that fortune favors the brave. The message was clear. If you weren't buying a digital monkey or a plot of land in a metaverse that looked like a 1998 Nintendo game, you were brave enough to be poor. The Bored Ape floor price is sitting at a cool $400,000 for a link to a server hosting a JPEG. Hey, did you see the floor price? Up 50% this week. I'm thinking of mortgaging the house. Do it! Fortune favors the brave, right? That was the conversation happening in suburban kitchens across the country. People weren't buying art, they were buying a lottery ticket that they were told was a guaranteed win. But while the masses were FOMOing in, the regulators were finally waking up from their nap. The SEC starts making phone calls. The DOJ starts looking into insider trading at OpenSea, the eBay of NFTs. Turns out, some employees were buying the featured art before. It hit the front page and flipping it to the literal greater fools for a 300% profit within hours. It was a playground for the predatory. There were no rules, no oversight, and no mercy. If you were one of the few who looked at these celebrity endorsements and thought, this smells like a Ponzi with a better art director, you weren't brave, you were smart. If you've ever felt that gut feeling that something was too good to be true, write the word skeptic in the comments. Let's see how many of us survived the hype with our wallets intact, because the floor wasn't just shaky, it was about to disintegrate. May 2022. The first crack in the dam appears. Terra Luna, a stablecoin that was supposed to be as safe as a Swiss bank, goes to zero in 48 hours. $60 billion of value evaporates like mist in a hurricane. The contagion spreads faster than a viral meme. In the NFT world, the lights go out. Suddenly, the whales stop wash trading because they're too busy trying to save their own skins from the impending FTX collapse. The music stops, and the room is full of people holding pictures of monkeys with no chairs in sight. I need to liquidate. Put the mutant ape up for 80 ETH. The highest bid is 2 ETH, sir, and it's from a bot. 2? I paid 100. That's $500,000. The secondary market becomes a digital graveyard. OpenSea's trading volume craters by 99% in a matter of months. The investors realize the hard way that an NFT is only worth what the next guy is willing to pay. And the next guy just went broke. Justin Bieber's $1. $3 million Bored Ape? It's currently sitting in his wallet like a digital paperweight, worth less than a used Honda Civic. He lost over 95% of his investment, but he's a superstar with a cushion. For the thousands of regular people who followed the hype, it wasn't a dip. It was a death sentence for their savings. If this story makes you realize that hype is just a fancy word for a trap, you're already ahead of the game. If you've ever felt that the crowd was walking off a cliff, write the word reality in the comments. We're building a space here for those who look at the numbers, not the neon lights. If you want to be part of this philosophy of clarity, stay with us. Because in the final act, we're going to look at the ruins of the $69 million dream, and the punchline is the most expensive joke ever told. The greater fool theory only works as long as there's a fool left in the room, and by late 2022, the room was cold, dark, and empty. Today, the digital gold rush looks more like a digital landfill. Those million-dollar wallets? They're ghost towns, filled with JPEGs of cats and monkeys that currently have the liquidity of a sun-baked brick. The $69 million Beeple sale remains the peak of the mountain. But here's the kicker. Beeple himself was the only one who truly understood the game. He didn't hold. He didn't believe. He swapped his Ethereum for cold, hard US dollars the moment the auction closed. He took the cash and ran, while the rest of the world was busy arguing about the future of ownership. Is it still worth $69 million? On paper, sure. In reality, try finding a buyer who isn't a bot or a money launderer. The Bored Ape floor price has collapsed, the celebrity lawsuits are piling up, and the metaverse is a lonely desert of low-res graphics. It was the ultimate pump and dump, a masterclass in how to manufacture a hustle out of thin air and FOMO. The architects got their commissions, the influencers got their bags, and the regular Joes got the privilege of holding the bag while the ship went down. The most delicious irony: the blockchain is eternal. Every single transaction, every overpaid monkey, every desperate wash trade is recorded forever in a public ledger. It's not just a receipt, it's a permanent monument to human greed and collective stupidity. If you're the kind of person who values substance over smoke, you've found your tribe. We don't chase the hype, we dissect it. If you're ready to see the next big illusion before it disappears with your money, stay tuned. This journey through the dark side of finance is just beginning, and the next story is even crazier. Choose your next path on the screen. Don't be the one left holding the bag. The NFT era didn't change art. It just proved that if you wrap a turd in enough hype, someone will try to flip it for a profit. Until the music stops,